Hi, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm the host of To Take Your Life Back Today's show. Let's talk about 10 common ways family and friends use you and how to outsmart them. There's got to be some people in my audience that have been used by friends and family. I know I have. Everyone has to deal with a certain give and take in life. That involves that you're willing to do something to get something. That something may be respect, companionship, or even money. Unfortunately, there are ways of going about this to get something you want while not helping the other person get anything they want. It results in someone being used. I'll bet that someone out there in my audience has been a victim of this type of thing. I know I have. Someone you know calls and asks you for a simple favor and ends up taking you all day to do or puts you in dangerous situations. Many times your built-in alarm system is going off, but yet you still feel obligated to say yes to something that you have a feeling is not going to be good for you. Let's look at 10 common problem spots and devise a plan to save you from them. Running errands or doing chores for someone. Babysitting the children or caring for their animals. Imposing on your hospitality when you want to be alone or have other plans. Listening to them rattling on, taking up your time, taking something from you, what you really want and you really need. Co-signing or giving a loan, telling a lie for them, falsifying records, stealing for them or doing something dishonest, buying beer or another substance for them, supporting them or letting them live in your home, and having sex with them or putting up with too close and uncomfortable behaviors. Most of these things could be avoided if you put some boundaries and safeguards in place beforehand. Some boundaries, excuses, and safeguards you could use are the cover of your religion. If you're a Christian or believe in living a holy, spotless life, it should show you enough in your behavior and speech that people wouldn't ask you to lie, steal, or buy beer for them. If they haven't gotten the message through that and do ask you to do these things, you can say, I'm sorry, it would be against my religious beliefs or what I believe in is right. Therefore, don't ask me to do it again, please. Make sure you get the last part of the sentence in there. Don't ask me to do it again, please. No matter what someone is asking, the best thing to do first is put off giving them an answer until you can mull it over in your head, check your calendar and your pocketbook. Learn to say instantly, I can't answer this right now. I will call you back in a short time. If they ask you why you can't answer right now, you can either say this. You always meditate on requests first. You have to check your calendar to make sure that you're free. You have to ask a spouse to be sure it won't interfere with their schedule. Or just make up something that you are in the middle of doing right now, and before you have an answer, you need to finish that. If you already decided that it's not something that you want to do, you can either say no now, or you have to tell them that you will get back to them later. And they probably won't like it, but that's too bad. A no should be short, to the point, and not a subject for a discussion. Your reasons are your reasons. Your reasons are private. And apologies and excuses should be handed out sparingly. It is counterproductive for you for outsiders to know your business and defeat your take charge appearance if you certainly act that way right now. So keep your no's simple and crisp. Number 1 and 2, do me a favor. If they want your time for you to care for your children or animals, you can say, I understand your request and I'm unable to do that. However, I hope you can find someone else. I'm not able to help you at this time, but I wish you luck with all that. You can add, please don't ask me again, or you can tell them how busy you are and your time is the same as money, that you just don't have time to help them with that. Number 3 and 4, taking up your time. If you want to be alone and family always pops in for supper, watching TV, or just unload on your negative thoughts, you will have to take drastic actions. This is one of my problems, so I have a lot of experience in this. You can send a letter or an email to tell your usual drop-in guests, or call them and say, to arrange our schedule better to suit our family, we've decided to limit visits to a certain day and a certain time. Please come to see us on that day and at that time, so I can devote my attention to all other times to my family obligations. we will be turning out the lights and locking the doors at that particular time. So I appreciate your understanding. Please honor our requests and privacy for that time beyond. Post a sign with this on your front door if necessary, and another inside your house where guests usually sit. It won't take many weeks to train them that these signs are there for a reason, that you have your certain reasons to do things. If it seems to you that they'll think you're snobby or selfish, remember that rich people and people who are going somewhere in life don't have time to coddle and kiss up to everyone, nor should you. Telephone calls. Many busy people keep an egg timer or a kitchen timer beside their phone. They set it for 5 minutes, they listen, they absorb the conversation, and after 5 minutes, they automatically say, I have to go. If you have a portable phone, go to your front door, open it, ring the doorbell, and announce, oh, there's somebody at my door, I have to run. Even better, get an answer machine and return only calls at your convenience. Number 5 and 6, taken from you something that you want or you need. One of the most frequent requests is for money, because you're kind from the heart. Every bit of cash in your pocket that should be going to your kids or to your bills is going to everyone who makes a need known. You have to realize, my friends, that your responsibility is to your family first and to all your goals you have. Being a parent or running a household or being a spouse is a responsibility. Being an adult means that you have learned how to allocate money to pay your bills, and you cannot just simply hand it out for each and every person that needs it. If you stop all of your plans and change them so that someone else can have your money for however noble a cause, you've short-circuited your own values and future. You will feel miserable, and hidden anger inside of you will begin to show behavioral problems and negative thinking within your family. I can't tell you how important this is to say no in this area. Believe me, there is no more than one way and no more than one person to get a loan from. There are many other ways. If you say no, the asker will find another way, and that's the way it is. Tell your family and friends that your budget's planned and your obligations are tight. You will help when you can, if you can, but all your needs must be first. Co-signing, on the issue of co-signing a loan, you should know that not only do many people of those loans come into default and ruin the credit of the co-signer, but the loan companies usually go after the co-signer first to get the money, because that is who had the better credit. It will ruin your credit. So never co-sign a loan. Make an absolute never in your book. Even the Bible says it must not be done. At least never do it unless you are perfectly willing and able to make the loan good today yourself. Number 7, telling a lie for someone or falsifying records. Never help someone get a vehicle on the road by putting in your name or insurance in your name. There's a reason why that person has difficulty doing it themselves. I know a couple who got a car on the road, and the man's mother being on the title with him so she could get the insurance in her name. The young man had a minor car accident, and several months later the other woman involved sued this young man and his mother, winning a huge settlement, and take both the mother and the young man the rest of their lives to pay off. In order to keep their licenses, every payment must be made to the attorney on time. The mother is just as responsible financially and criminally for what goes on in that vehicle as her son was. Falsifying documents or bearing false witness. It may seem like a harmless little white lie that defrauds no one but the government, such as tax time, using someone else's kids on your tax return, but these are highly illegal acts. Before you do anything like this, ask yourself this question: can you afford to spend time in jail, pay an attorney several $1,000s, lose your possessions and possibly your reputation? If you answered no to all those questions, it's time to change. Number 8 was stealing or obtaining drugs for someone. I believe it's Einstein who figured out every action there is an equal opposite reaction. So if you're obtaining or stealing drugs, you will be caught. Simple. You will be caught. And if you're caught, you will go to jail. At the very least, know that you're known by your actions quicker and more surely than by your words. Your reputation will follow you, and that's a thing that you cannot lose. Number 9 was supporting them or letting them live with you. If your promise that everyone wants to live under your roof, then understand right now the biblical principle of a home. God said a man and a woman should leave their parents and cleave together, forming one flesh, and carry a separate unit from parents and from everyone in-law and outlaw the couple has. Friends, family, strangers have no place in your home. It's your home. If you have people living off you now, it's time to get them to move on. Just cut your losses and move out, or have the other person removed. Last but not least, number 10, having sex with them or some compromising activity. If sex is your problem, perhaps you've missed the last 20 years or so of TV ads and school talks about good touch, bad touch. There's no excuse for someone to be pressuring you to have sex with them, or to simply be near you for the thrill that gives them. If it's one-sided, you need to change that. First, say no. Second, get away. If those 2 mild requests are not successful, go to the police. Unwanted sex is called rape. Rape equals jail. You must, however, call the police when your life is threatened or you're being made to feel used as a person and sexually abused. You must call the police and get all the help you can, and if you're being stalked or your life is in danger, do it now. Let's think of an example. You have a neighbor who stops in to visit and he looks at you in a way that makes you feel creepy and afraid. You worry that he may not remain satisfied just to look, but he may begin to get closer and assume that you don't mind since you don't put any restrictions on your behavior. You're not going to put a few restrictions on him. You write him a letter politely telling him that his presence makes you feel uncomfortable, and you will not accept him as a house guest again while the two of you are alone. You ask that he understands and acknowledge that he must follow the rules of this letter, which say men and women should not be alone together without a chaperone. There are many good reasons for this, one of them being a high number of reports of rapes. Even some of them really took place and someone has been punished and put in jail. Both man and woman need to protect their integrity. You also need to lay your cards on the table and make it known that you feel or you don't feel, or how you feel and how you don't feel about him. Let him know that you think he's at least mildly attracted to you, and if you don't feel the same, it's only fair to tell him it's got to stop. Don't use a man for money, personal gain, just because times are tight. You need some extra rent money unless you give something in return and perceive of equal value. It is time for you to change. I only include this possibility because it's happening so often, not because I feel justified or should be done. Beware, there will come a time where you need to start utilizing this. There are consequences to every behavior, and they can keep on popping up for years after the event, even sometimes for a lifetime. The bottom line is, if there's any opening or opportunity given to people to use you, they will. Don't be a victim. Make changes today. Let today be the first day that you take your life back, and may God bless you.